on Global Television. Coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja, I am Mukhtar Kasim. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV 365 and on Star Times Channel 276. We begin from the education sector, where the Academic Staff Union of University, ASU, has suspended its 2 weeks nationwide warning strike. ASU's president, Professor Chris Piwuna, announced the suspension of the strike at the 9th National Executive Council meeting in Abuja. Global Television correspondent Priscilla Obasi now reports.
At a press briefing in Abuja, ASU President Professor Chris Piwuna noted that the union made the decision in recognition of renewed government engagement and intervention by well-meaning Nigerians, granting the federal government a 1-month window to meet outstanding demands. Among ASU's long list of demands are the renegotiation of the 2009 FG-ASU agreement, release of withheld salaries, sustainable funding for public universities, promotion areas, and the cessation of alleged victimization of lecturers.
As responsible citizens, we were and we still are convinced that it was the most expedient thing to do in order to save our university system from imminent collapse, a cause we have championed for more than 3 decades. As you are aware, the federal government responded to our declaration of warning strike with threats of salary denial and directives to vice chancellors on ways to make unions' action ineffectual.
Professor Piwuna stressed that the suspension does not signify the end of the struggle, warning that the union will resume industrial action if the government fails to honor its promises within the stipulated period.
This pointedly shows that had government positively responded to the union's earlier notices and appeals, there would have been no need for the strike in the first place. Like we have said repeatedly, this strike was caused by the inaction of the Federal Ministry of Education. Indeed, as far as we are concerned, the Federal Ministry of Education has not moved the needle at all in reaching this point that we are now. Because if it were not for the efforts of individuals, both within and outside government,
stakeholders across the education sector, including students, parents, and labor unions, have welcomed the decision, urging both parties to find a lasting solution to the reoccurring strikes in Nigeria's universities. Priscilla Obasi, Global Television News.
Let's now head to the National Assembly, where lawmakers in the Green Chamber have raised serious concerns over the alleged use of harmful chemicals in the preservation of frozen food across the country. The House has now mandated several committees to conduct a full-scale investigation into the matter. Now, as Nigerians brace up for the festive season, the Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, has embarked on the 2025 Ember Month Public Enlightenment and Sensitization Campaign. Global Television correspondent Idris Jibrin reports that the campaign emphasized the urgent need for safer road practices and personal accountability throughout the season. His report.
Ember months, or more specifically the last 3 months of every year, is a period often characterized by increased human and vehicular movement across the country, effectively making road safety awareness more critical than usual. The exercise by operatives of the Federal Road Safety Corps in Kano is to reinforce adherence to safety rules and regulation in order to avoid possible accidents.
The Federal Road Safety slated this period to ensure that our men are abreast and ready to ensure that there is smooth traffic flow and no any crash occurrence within the period. According
to a comparative analysis of road traffic crashes, Kano State has recorded a remarkable 50% reduction in crash accidents. Injuries dropped by 41%, while fatalities saw a 46% decline.
Within the periods, there is reduction of crashes as per the previous Ember months.
Now more than ever, the command requires a collaborative effort with governments and non-governmental organizations to achieve accident-free Kano State throughout the period and beyond. From Kano, Idris Jibrin, Global Television News.
Let's now return to the National Assembly, where the House of Representatives is taking a hard look at rising insecurity in Nigeria's capital city, Abuja, despite a multi-million-dollar CCTV project meant to boost surveillance and safety. This followed the adoption of a motion of urgent public importance sponsored by Amobi Oga Labour Party, Abia State. National Assembly correspondent Anita Patrick completes the story.
Lawmakers are demanding answers over the $460 million closed-circuit television project installed across the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, more than a decade ago. The project, financed through a Chinese loan, was designed to monitor crime and improve security. But despite the huge investments, kidnappings and attacks in the capital have continued to rise. The House, following a motion of urgent public importance sponsored by Amobi Oga, resolved to set up an ad hoc committee to investigate why the project has not delivered on its purpose.
The House more concerned that despite this huge investment, as well as the financial burden Nigeria is subjected to by way of servicing this loan, the impact of the CCTV is not felt in any manner. Rather than abating, crime rate has soared in Abuja, leading to daily reports of deaths.
In another resolution, the House adopted a motion by Minority Whip Ali Issa calling for investigation into the operations and funding of Nigeria's development finance institutions.
Also note that those institutions were created to bridge financing gaps in key sectors, promote inclusive economic growth, stimulate industrialization, create jobs, and provide affordable credit and financial advisory services to individuals.
Also, lawmakers raised concerns over frequent tanker explosion and gridlock along the Bida, Agay, Lapai, Lambata, Diko Road in Niger State.
Further concern that the continued neglect of this vital highway has resulted in frequent gridlocks, destruction of goods, loss of productive hours, and severe hardship for commuters and residents, while turning the road into a death trap for motorists, tanker drivers, and traders.
The House mandated its committees to investigate and report back within a stipulated time frame. From the National Assembly, Anita Patrick reporting for Global TV News.
Agency NDLEA has taken a major step in its digital transformation journey with the launch of an online portal that automates drug integrated tests and visa clearance certificates. Chairman and Chief Executive Officer Brigadier General Mohammed Buba Marwa, who was represented by the agency's Secretary Shadrach Haruna, says the new system is designed to eliminate delays, reduce human interference, and strengthen Nigeria's fight against drug abuse and illicit trafficking. Our correspondent, Kike Lemo Okiri, brings us the details.
At the official unveil of the platform known as Drug Integrity Test and Visa E-Administration System, DVCAS, the NDLEA chairman and the chief executive officer, Brigadier General Mohammed Buba Marwa, retired, who was represented by the agency's secretary, Shadrach Haruna, described the move as a milestone in the agency's effort to merge enforcement with efficiency through technology. He says the digital platform marks a paradigm shift that will make the agency processes faster, transparent, and more reliable.
Today, we take a giant leap forward in digitalizing our processes, enhancing security, and delivering unparalleled service to the Nigerian public with the official launch of NDLEA Drug Integrity Test and Visa Clearance E-Administration System.
For years, applicants seeking NDLEA visa clearance certificate faced lengthy paperwork, physical verification, and long wait time. The new portal is expected to change that narrative, allowing users to apply online, schedule appointments, and receive certificate results within days. Marwa noted that the system integrates electronic verification tool to eliminate certificate forgery, ensure transparency and foster collaboration with partner agencies. He added that private medical centers can now partner with NDLEA as accredited testing centers, giving applicants flexibility and convenience while maintaining the integrity of the process.
With the flag off of the online visa clearance portal today, we are bringing an end to those bottlenecks. The system delivers automation across all processes and operations associated with the administration of drug integrity tests and visa clearance with interfaces for effective collaboration with partner agencies.
The NDLEA boss explained that the initiative aligned with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's renewed hope agenda and the agency's twin strategy of drug supply and demand reduction. He emphasized that the digital reform also supports rehabilitation and early intervention for individuals struggling with substance use, offering them help rather than stigma. With this launch, NDLEA says it is fully embracing technology to stay ahead in the evolving war against drug abuse, one portal, one test, and one certificate at a time towards a drug-free Nigeria. Kike Lomo Okeri, Global Television News.
Let's now head to Imo State and tell you that Governor Hope Uzodinma says his administration is committed to strengthen reforms in healthcare, power, and transportation to improve the lives of residents. The governor makes this known at the APC stakeholders meeting in Owerri, where he also gives updates on key development projects across the state. Our correspondent, Amarachi Ibe, reports.
Governor Hope Uzodinma says his government remains committed to making healthcare affordable and accessible for every Imo resident. Through the Imo State Health Insurance Scheme, residents are accessing medical care for a subsidized fee of 15,000 naira yearly. He reveals that every ward now has a functional healthcare center. Each local government has a general hospital, and the specialists and teaching hospitals in Owerri are being fully equipped to handle referrals.
The target is that every electoral ward must have one functional and efficient health center. Every local government must have one functional and efficient general hospital. And here in Owerri, we will equip our specialist hospital and the teaching hospital in Olu for tertiary issues that will be based on referrals.
The governor also highlights the Light Up Imo project as a major step towards achieving round-the-clock power supply. He says electricity distribution lines are being extended to cover all 27 local government areas.
So the Light Up Imo project must get into the 27 local governments and then get a distribution network. We are doing already a distribution network. By next month, November, we'll activate Owerri Light. We are doing not only generation from Egbema, the transmission lines and distribution lines are being worked on now.
On transportation, Governor Uzodinma announced the construction of new bus terminals and over 200 bus stops under the new mass transit plan. The scheme operates strictly within Imo State and offers free rides to students and pensioners.
So under the new mass transit plan, which I'm going to limit only within Imo State, because our pensioners and students will not pay for it. It will be free service for them.
Governor Uzodinma maintains that reforms in health, power and transport are driving growth and improving the quality of life for Imo residents. From Owerri, Amarachi Ibe reporting for Global TV News.
The Nigerian Senate has passed a bill for the Act to amend the Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University to non-specialized university by removing the word technology to allow the university to run courses like law and other social sciences. This follows a bill sponsored by Senator Umar Shehu Buba Bauchi South, seeking for the amendment of the Act that established the university from specialized university to non-specialized university in Abuja. National Assembly correspondent Topsy Gimba reports.
Legislative effort addresses access issues and regional development, especially in Bauchi State, which currently lacks a conventional federal university. A bill titled the Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University Amendment Bill 2025 SB 910 was sponsored by Senator Umar Buba to amend the institution's funding law.
The objective of this bill are to, one, make it a conventional university, empower the university to offer courses and conduct research in all academic disciplines.
While we are trying to open up, because this is just opening up more opportunities for social sciences and arts in our universities.
The government can no longer fund the technological aspect squarely.
After extensive debates, the proposed legislation passed for second reading and was referred to the Senate Committee on Tertiary Education.
To remove the word technology from its name and make it a non-specialized university, and for related matters 2025 SB 910, second reading taken.
Meanwhile, the Red Chamber has taken a major steps towards strengthening worker protection with the proposal of a crucial social security bill. The legislation, which aims to create a unified framework for social security management, receives its second reading on the floor of the Senate. The bill seeks to harmonize existing laws, eliminate overlapping functions, and streamline social security administration across Nigeria. It is set to repeal the current Nigerian Social Insurance Trust Fund Act and the Employees Compensation Act. Leading the debate on the general principle of the bill, the sponsor of the bill, Senator Oluwole Cyril, highlighted the importance of this legislation.
Retirement and other contingencies that may threaten their livelihood. The objectives of the bill are to harmonize existing laws by consolidating the provisions of Nigeria Social Security Trust Fund Act and the Employees Compensation Act.
Supporters of the bill further emphasize that although current benefits included medical expenses, disability payments, and survival benefits, there have been challenges such as delayed disbursements and employer non-compliance.
Watching the live broadcast of News Cycle. When News Cycle returns, Sanai Takachi breaks barrier as she becomes Japanese first female prime minister. Details coming shortly, plus business and sports stories. On the other side of this break, please stay with us. You're welcome back from that break, and now to business news, where the Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabo, has pledged to restore the power plant at the Aluminium Smelter Company of Nigeria, saying the facility could contribute up to 540 megawatts of electricity to the national grid. Adelabo, who made the commitment during a walk-in visit to the company in Ikot Abasi, Akwa Ibom State, noted that the revival of the plant would not only boost power supply, but also create about 15,000 direct and indirect jobs when fully operational. The minister lamented that 37 years after its establishment, the lack of dedicated electricity supply had prevented the country from reaping the benefit of the huge investment in the company. And now to news making rounds on the foreign scene. Japan has made history as Sanai Takachi becomes the country's first female prime minister. She takes over as Japan's fifth leader in as many years, inheriting a fragile government and a long list of economic and diplomatic challenges. Takaichi, a veteran politician known for her conservative stance, faces immediate pressure to strengthen Japan's economy and maintain regional security. Some citizens say her rise represents a new chapter for Japan, while others remain cautious, saying the real test will be her ability to deliver meaningful change. More than 100 people have gathered outside Nicolas Sarkozy's home to show their support as the former French president prepared to leave for the Lausanne prison in Paris. Sarkozy, France's right-wing leader from 2007 to 2012, was found guilty last month of seeking to acquire funding from Muammar Gaddafi's Libya for the campaign that saw him elected. Our correspondent, Oyi Agbomofoegbe has the rest of the story.
The Frenchman has become the first former head of a European Union state to be jailed, proclaiming his innocence as he entered a Paris prison.
Ça, c'était à Villepinte, lorsque Sarkozy nous avait dit il nous reste que 3 jours pour pouvoir.
The 70-year-old, who has appealed the verdict, was seen leaving his home after a short drive, flanked by police on motorbikes, entered the La Chante prison in the French capital. Sarkozy was handed a 5-year jail term in September for criminal conspiracy over a plan for late Libyan dictator Gaddafi to fund his electoral campaign. Sarkozy's lawyer, Christophe Ingrain, said a request had been immediately filed for the former French leader's release. Oyi Agbomofoegbe reporting for Global TV News.
And now to the world of sport, where the city of Lagos has taken center stage in the global athletics as it will play host to the World Athletic African Running Conference. The event, which brings together key stakeholders from across the continent, aims to strengthen Africa's growing influence in distance running and promote a sustainable sport ecosystem. Chairman, National Sports Commission, Shehu Diko, made this known to a press briefing in Abuja. Aniete Patrick reports.
It is a landmark moment for Nigeria as Lagos is set to host the inaugural World Athletics African Running Conference, a gathering designed to deepen collaboration among athletes, organizers, and policymakers in the continent's running ecosystem. The chairman of the Nigerian Sports Commission, Shehu Diko, described Lagos as the ideal host city, not only as Africa's 4th largest economy, but also as a hub for innovation and sports development.
We believe this conference will create more passion and more followership and more opportunities for road running in Nigeria and indeed any other sport. And of course, it will help us to showcase our culture, our economy, and the positive about this country. So it's killing so many birds with one stone with this conference. And we are going to do many of these conferences across all sports, across all possibilities that we will have.
The conference, organized in partnership with the World Athletics Federation, will feature workshops, training sessions, and high-level discussions on event management, race measurement, and athlete development across Africa. Director General of the Sports Commission, Bukola Olopade, emphasized that Nigeria is positioning itself as a production center for sports excellence rather than a consumption nation.
But the determination is to get all athletics federations in Africa to be part of it. It's also to get federations outside the continent to be part of it. But more significantly is to get some of the best running events in the world, especially Africa.
Head of Running and Mass Participation at World Athletics, Alexio Ponzi, applauded Nigeria's leadership role, adding that Africa remains the heartbeat of global running, producing most of the world's record holders in long-distance events.
We will be bringing some of the brightest leaders in the sport to this conference in Nigeria. And we will be bringing also the educators, the trainers who train us, so that the technical officials from Nigeria and beyond can understand how to better administer the sport.
As the world eyes turn to Lagos, the World Athletics African Running Conference reinforces Nigeria's place at the forefront of continental sports leadership, driving development, inclusion, and excellence in athletics. Aniete Patrick, reporting for Global TV News.
Director General of the National Institute of Sport, Philip Shuaibu, has officially resumed duties at the Institute headquarters in Abuja, promising to restore the institution's glory and fulfill its mandate as the center of excellence for sports development in Nigeria and across Africa. He made this known in a media briefing in the Institute complex at the Package B Stadium in Abuja. Again, over to Aniete Patrick for more.
After weeks of working remotely from Abuja, the Director General of the National Institute for Sports, Philip Shuaibu, describes his resumption as a fresh start for Nigeria's sports development system. Tribal said his vision aligns with President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda, aimed at repositioning sports as a vital contributor to national growth, youth engagement, and economic development. He highlighted the Athletes Development Center in Abuja, modeled after the Australian Institute of Sports, as a key example of Nigeria's capacity to train and nurture elite athletes locally rather than depending on facilities abroad.
We have a 200-bed self-contained room that was built for athletes. That 200 self-contained room, built like an hotel, self-contained. If we have to demarcate it on best spaces, we can have each room accommodate 4 athletes. So times 4 times 200 rooms will tell you the number of athletes, at least a minimum of 800 athletes we can train at the same time.
Tribal decried years of neglect and what he termed selfish interests that stalled sports development in Nigeria, promising a new era of transparency, collaboration, and productivity. He said the institute is now set to operate like a sports industry, producing world-class coaches, referees, and podium-ready athletes for the nation.
The infrastructure that I saw here, solid infrastructure that I saw here that was allowed to rot, is something that was meant to develop excellent coaches and excellent athletes.
The Director General also announced a 10-year development plan for the institute, which includes a new academic courses such as sports scouting, paramedics, and sports physiotherapy. Patrick, reporting for Global TV News.
And that's it on Global TV News Cycle. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and on StarTimes channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms now showing on your screen using @GlobalTVNG. I am Mukhtar Kasim. Saying a very big thank you for watching.